Phakgadi, reporter on the ground in Hammanskraal now. We've established that connection. Pelane, what are we learning this afternoon? What's the intervention from the city and what has been the response from province?
Well, Tabo, we've had a lot of things today. I mean, we've started with the schools earlier on the day where we spoke to pupils there saying that the heat wave is literally coming down on them hard because they have no water whatsoever that they can use at their schools. And we also talked to the infrastructure MEC in the province, Tasneem Motara, who also talked to us to share with us that her department has tried to intervene, particularly at points where she's not able to deliver services as she should, looking at clinics and schools of which she may have built or she may have refurbished, but is unable to deliver services because there is seriously just no will from the municipality to try and give her and her department the allowance to do so through several key places such as the abolition facilities and the sanitation department, of which needs to be assessed and accepted by the municipality to be done so, and that has not been the case. So we have tried to talk to the city of Tshwane's MMC Abel Tau earlier on the day, who said that the minister was going to hold a media briefing, therefore he would rather wait to hear what the minister has to say. I understand he was at that particular briefing and talking about the fact that the area in itself is one of those which have been having water challenges for the longest time, despite the fact that this is a new thing that comes now to say the water crisis in the country is at a dire situation, but need not to panic. The residents of Hammanskraal have been living on water tankers for a very long time currently, and I can also tell you that one of the other things is that the water tankers seem to not be sufficient. We've been talking to leaders who are telling us that their water tankers either come during the day when they are at work, or they come at some points where they are either empty or are not even efficient enough for the whole community. So there's been a lot of things. Despite the heat wave coming here, people don't have water for sanitation. Their bathrooms are just full with waste, and they cannot even get basic water for consumption. Even the water that they're crying for now, Tabo, before I come back to you, is the issue that the running taps, of which have been declared contaminated by the Human Rights Commission, they were being used to bath and as well as to wash laundry. But currently, they have no drinking water. They have to wait for their water tankers, and they definitely have no water to use for their laundry and to do other things that they usually do with water besides consumption. So there's a serious water crisis here in Hammanskraal, Tabo, that needs serious attention. But it seems that the municipality is shifting blames between the national department and itself.
In terms of communication, Pelane, it seems that has also been a challenge as far as the city is concerned to communicate with the community of Hammanskraal on what are the challenges in terms of the intervention that they're trying to put in place.
Yeah, well, the communication has always been seemingly a breakdown for some years now. And at this particular point where they've been running for about 5 days without any drop of water from their taps, they say that they have had no communication whatsoever, and saying that there's some sort of unwillingness from the Tshwane municipality to come down to address serious challenges of which the communities believe that they should be addressed. There is the Temba water treatment plant, which is currently being refurbished. We understand that it should start work by next week, we are told, by the Human Rights Commission. But from the look of things, from what we've seen, we haven't really seen much movement there. And we are expecting a progress report, again being told by the Human Rights Commission from the Tshwane municipality about what progress they've made in addressing the challenges here, as also they've told Parliament earlier about a month or two ago, saying that this is the process that they will embark on to deal with the water crisis here. But the community does not seem to be aware of what is going to be happening next, whether the Temba water treatment plant is going to work, and whether or not the Rooival water treatment plant, which is the main contamination source that we have found, is either going to be refurbished anytime soon, because we do understand about 2 billion rand is needed for that particular plant to start processing waste, and that there'll be non-contaminated water flowing to the taps of people of Hammanskraal.
All right, and Pelane, the MEC of Infrastructure in Gauteng, concerned about what she says is the crumbling of service delivery in Tshwane. What is she saying she's going to do about that situation?
Well, when she was talking about the issue of collapsing the service delivery in the area, was the issue around the clinics that she has literally had to come through and build. The department has built a few clinics. There's a Kanana clinic that is being built. There's a Kanana extension clinic that is also being built. And around those particular two clinics, she cannot commission them or hand them over to the communities because there's no bulk infrastructure available for them. There's no water, there's no electricity, and there's no sanitation. And that hinders her department from going ahead with that. So she says she's waiting on the city of Tshwane to give permission to occupy, to also give permission to connect to the sanitation pipes so that they can be able to open the Mandisa Shiteke clinic, which we saw that. I think those are some of the visuals that we'll be sending in through a bit later, so that you can see the state-of-an-art kind of a clinic, which looks like a mini hospital, Taba, I would say, but it just remains unoccupied, a big building remaining unoccupied, and there's literally no water, no facility, sanitation, and no electricity, only waiting for the city of Tshwane to start doing those processes of which they can be able to say, or officially, they can hand over to the people of Hammanskraal. So she is saying that the city is hindering her department from working and from delivering basic services because they seemingly are not willing to ensure that the processes are done at a quicker pace, and as well as to, looking at the fact that the people in the area need clinics, they need hospitals, and they also need basic services, which is water and electricity. Tabo.
Much appreciated. That's how Pelane Phakgadi, they're out in Hammanskraal reporting for us on that story.